Hey, what's going on, everyone? If you're new to Intuitive Perceptions, hello, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for rocking with me. All right, guys, so I just want to make a couple announcements before we kind of just get started and get into the gist of your guys' meal, just to kind of let you guys know what's going on. So planetary-wise, this month, Jupiter is in Scorpio and it's retrograde, right? So that's until July 10th, and we also have Saturn and Pluto are both retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn until September 6th, and Pluto is going to be until September 30th. Also, Uranus is going to go retrograde August 7th, and that's going to be in Taurus, but it'll retrograde back into Aries until January 6th, 2019. Also, Neptune will also be going retrograde this month from in Pisces from June 18th until November 24th. Also, guys, regarding the Lovegistics little special I was doing for you guys, I was going to record new love readings for you guys, but Spirit and my guides told me that those readings that are up there are good for May and June. So go ahead and check those out. There's a link in the description box. Also, guys, I kind of added a little thing here. If you check the description box, you guys can find the link to my Amazon wish list. Now, kind of thought this was kind of a good idea. Anyway, the link is there for you guys. If you guys would like to participate and maybe buy a deck that I'm interested in, I'll give you guys a reading, that comes with that purchase. So just go ahead and check the description box. There'll be a link there for the Amazon wish list. It's kind of a way to get a reading for a pretty good price. So check that out, guys, okay? Also, I added a new service to the website. It's called Career Crux. It's a career reading. So there's a link there in the description box as well to there. And also, guys, a donation link can also be found within the description box as well. So, yeah, I think that's all that I have for you guys. Oh, yeah, this month we're also using the Postcards from Spirit, once again, by Colette Baron-Reid. And we're also using, as well, the Fountain Tarot for you guys' spreads this month. All right, let's go ahead and bless the decks and see what June has in store for you guys, all right? Father God, I open all channels of light, north, south, east, and west, guardian angels of the four directions, high councils who serve the law of one. Holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide every single zodiac sign with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks today. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and are intended to be. Taurus the Bull. All right, let me just first say your spread's probably a little crooked on the screen here, but bear with me here. All right, so in traditional tarot, we have the Six of Wands reversed, the Six of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, Judgment, the Hangman, and Ten of Coins. Here in the center is your message or postcard from Spirit. We'll go ahead and turn it over and reveal it at the end of the reading, see what message they have for you. You maybe, I was about to say maybe could be dealing with, but I don't see really anything here. Maybe a Taurus, but nothing regarding the major arcana in terms of astrological archetypes. Now, let's just jump into your reading, Taurus. Okay. There's something here where, okay, before I get really into it, I just want to kind of say, Taurus, throughout this entire reading, no way am I going to kind of imply that you are being manipulative, because that's not what it is. Even though some of the things that I may say may somewhat be perceived as so, but not at all. That's not the intent here, and I don't even see that here anyway. I just wanted to, point that out at the beginning. Now that we got that sorted, okay, I'm just feeling here, Taurus, that it's like not necessarily going along with the program regarding this person, place, or thing, but it's more of doing what is necessary so you can have your happiness in the end, And it's almost, Taurus, as if you're not feeling understood right now. Absolutely, I can see that here. And it seems as though that you may have contributed or been somewhat of an active participant within maybe hitting rock bottom or feeling the way that you do within the situation that you're currently in. And it's almost, Taurus, as if you've already, you know what's kind of going on here, but like I said, it's not in a manipulative manner. And I'm not really picking up that you want to hurt anyone. That's not what it is either. Okay, Taurus, it's like you're playing the game, you know? Now, this game, let me clarify that. You're trying to have the most harmonious outcome, and what you're sort of, what you may be doing during this time is giving to that situation accordingly so that it all works out in the end. Because I feel as though that if you do not go down this, you know, this route, you're going to find yourself back again at the Ten of Swords, you know? I'm feeling, Taurus, like you may be finding yourself here a lot. Or you may have found, or you may find yourself here during this time, maybe even in the past, regarding having a connection to or with this person, place, or thing. And it's interesting because I can see here that because you don't feel understood, because you are maybe not feeling like your opinion is heard or it's taken into consideration, you are then kind of giving to the situation as to which you hit rock bottom or you hit the Ten of Swords. And I'm kind of picking up a little bit of like frustration, and you may be feeling like kind of like damned if you do and damned if you don't. But I'm picking up here, Taurus, that you've been observing things. You've been kind of like kicking back a little bit, and kind of like I can see you guys are kind of sitting like this and like get your hands crossed here, and you're just like kind of like that. Observation time. And I believe that that's why judgment is here for you, is because it's time to make a call to action. Even though this may not seem or be like the type of action, like physical action, but it's more of an action in terms of connecting with spirit, understanding what you need to do, listening to your guides, listening to God, and taking that next step, and making sure that you do this in the most harmonious possible way. And you're going to reap the benefits from it, Taurus. And what's interesting here too is that you have figured this out already. And you know what the end result is. And the end result is going to be, you know, your happiness and your what is divinely guided for you. But it's making you a little bit frustrated in terms of kind of just sitting around. I'm feeling like you feel like you're stagnating right now, and Taurus is. You guys don't like to feel stagnant. It's not an emotion, or it's not something that you kind of visit, you know. But what I'm kind of just overall what I'm getting here, excuse me, Taurus, is that because you're not understood, or because okay, I feel like you don't understand yourself and your partner doesn't really understand you right now. I'm feeling like more, or partner, person, place, or thing, whatever it may be for you. I feel like their influence upon you in terms of them either going against you or coming against you or trying to manipulate you possibly. You in turn are kind of feeling bad about the situation in terms of how you maybe have allowed that in the past. How you've kind of allowed this to play out the way that it is. But when I say you're going along with it or you're playing the game, it's not like you are willing to sacrifice your own integrity for. That's really not what it is. It's just a recognition, you know, that what was really going on. And I'm feeling also here like you know intuitively that this person, place, or thing is going to, they're on their way to self-demise. That's really what I'm getting here. I'm also, I want to come back to this aspect, Taurus, of the Six of Wands reversed. When I see the Six of Wands reversed, what I conclude, or at least my initial conclusion about this card when it's reversed, is that you not being understood, and I feel like because of that, maybe your consciousness, hasn't been able to fully expand, or maybe you feel like because you're kind of you're in the confines of this box, that you may feel like you're in. You then feel like you can't come up with new ideas to kind of get yourself out of it. But God, Spirit has your back here. This is divinely guided here. That's what I'm getting for you. And the only way that it's going to happen, Taurus, is if you just allow it to happen and you allow it to come through, and you do your part and Spirit does their part. God does his part. And I believe that that's why judgment is here. Judgment is here also kind of looking at this aspect in terms of saying, okay, you not feeling understood, or you feeling kind of like judged, or misjudged, we should say. Are you going to give to the new and expanded consciousness of allowing God and Spirit to take over, or are you going to allow yourself to be put in this Ten of Swords moment? Even though the Ten of Swords here does speak of the sun, in terms of planetary wise, and the Six of Coins also speaks of the sun. So what's interesting here is that this is all, and then this is Neptune, and then the Ten of Coins here is Mars. So what I'm getting at here is happiness and happiness. It may not seem like that, but I'm just saying, due to the sun. Illumination, illumination. Happiness, illumination. Neptune. Then we have Mars. So to me, what I'm seeing here is that it's when things are illuminated, when light is shed upon certain areas that we need to see and we need to recognize, that's when we can then kind of we can then make a change, right? Because judgment is also Pluto. So it's almost like you had to see this for what it really was, dig that up inside of you, Taurus, and then say, you know what, I'm no longer going to accept A, B, and C from this person, place, or thing. Then we take it to, or we look at it from a spiritual sense or a divine sense. We approach it within that manner, and then that's when we then get to move forward in terms of the Ten of Coins being Mars, where everything that we have done up until this point has led to this moment, the Ten of Pentacles here. You see what I'm saying? I'm feeling here, Taurus, that it's almost as if you're compromising yourself, right? But this is interesting, because even me saying it's kind of a little bit strange too, but this is compromising yourself because Spirit and God's trying to show you something, which then will mean that you will no longer need to compromise yourself, because God and Spirit has your back in terms of they know what you need to do, in terms of coming to the point where you no longer allow that compromisation to happen to you any longer, right? Then when you trust and put the trust in divine order, then that's when we're going to come to the Ten of Pentacles here for you. Ten of Pentacles is just extreme abundance. It is with another person, but it can be yourself as well. This is like having the house, the partner, the kid, or kids, the grandparents, the dog, and the white picket fence. The whole works, So, I'm feeling like this month for you, Taurus, is going to be observation time. Last month it was for Virgo, I want to say, if my memory serves me. But I'm feeling, Taurus, that that's what it is for you this month. It's observation time. And for you to just, my guide said, kick back, Jack. That's kind of what it is. Just chill out. Now, I'm not saying completely just allow anything to kind of happen, and just ignore everything. That's not what I'm saying. Of course, if judgment is here after all, so it is like, you are going to have to apply some due diligence to this situation, of course, or anything else that pops around in your life, you know. But since we're talking about this, it's more of just observe, report to yourself, and then allow this person, place, or thing create their own demise, like we've discussed earlier. And then that's when they create their own demise, you know. They create their own demise, Taurus. That's when, I'm not saying anyone deserves it, but that's when they'll be on the receiving end of things. And then they will then experience how you felt or feel currently within this situation. And let's hope that things work out appropriately and things go back to normal, if that's what you would like, you know, if that's what your intention is. Also, I just picked up to say your intentions out loud. Also, as well, that's a message for everyone. The month of June, and I think it's kind of something that's going to be kind of, second nature to us, where we're going to have to kind of say it out loud. And then I believe that when we do that, that's when we're going to, or that's when Spirit God knows that we're ready to allow them to come in, and when we're ready to allow divine order to come through and to be like, and go to the 10 of Pentacles. I'm really glad to see this here also with the Hangman. Now, when I will see this, I'm kind of saying, maybe you're sacrificing for the end result, which we kind of are, a little bit. But if it was upright, if it was reversed, I would look at it a little bit different. But since it's upright, this takes time, Taurus. There's a lot of time that goes into extreme or having or obtaining extreme abundance. Excuse me. It's not something that happens overnight. And you know that, Taurus. But I'm just feeling like throughout this process, you may feel that surrendering. I don't even really like to use that word surrendering. But, allowing the divine process to go through, you may find yourself feeling probably maybe a little bit more compromised, or probably feeling like because you are not completely kind of, how can I say, if you're not completely contributing to it, you're kind of just letting things go. It's really, it's making you feel some type of way because it's rocking your security. And, this is, if you've been watching me for a while, you guys know, every Taurus reading we talk about the security, and this is extreme security. This is having security, but a lot of this is not. Maybe you want to say, this here is kind of not really have that security, Taurus. Let's see. I think that's all I'm really getting, Taurus. Let's go ahead and pull the Spirit card, and let's see what they have for you. Let's see. Okay, if you guys can see it, cool. If not, I'll read it to you. Don't worry about it. All right, Taurus. So the Spirit card says, Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome, like when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good. Sometimes a loss is sudden and painful, like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control over it, your experience is asking you to be acknowledged. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, the unprocessed pain haunts you in destructive ways. We don't want that for you. Instead, let our heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned, and know that as you let go of what has passed, ever more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion for the world than ever before. Love heals all. We are loving you, sending you love always and forever. And God, that was really nice, Taurus. Yeah, sometimes we need to walk away from certain situations and loss. I think I was kind of getting that with when I said it's going to rock your security during this time. If you do experience loss, but like I said, playing the game or yielding to the situation accordingly ends up leading to the 10 of coins here. And also, Taurus, just in general, whenever we obtain abundance, whenever we obtain what the Ten of Pentacles is emblematic of. There was loss that was involved along that journey. So we can't avoid loss, you know. But Taurus, let's not lose ourselves, because then something seriously went wrong, you know. So don't give or don't invest in rock bottom, Taurus. Invest in doing what is correct in terms of being in alignment with God and Spirit to obtain the Ten of Pentacles here for yourself. All right, Taurus. Interesting reading. I didn't think it was bad at all. It started off a little slow, a little weird, but we got it. Okay, Taurus. All right. Keep up the good work, and remember, trust God and Spirit and divine timing. Make that decision, you know, and you'll achieve this in no time. All right, Taurus. We'll see you next month.